Salute everyone. Wild Country Daily Updates. This is just going to be a small live. I just want to go over details and headlines that I found. First, we'll start off with two officers are asking the nation's most conservative appeals court to grant them immunity. And the reason why they're asking for immunity is because allegedly they used excessive force against a man that was sitting down cross-legged, and allegedly they shot him with pepper bullets. They shot the man with pepper bullets while he sat cross-legged on the ground on a patch of grass outside a Texas cemetery. And this was back during C-19. So, yeah. That's one of the headlines I saw, which I left the link in the description. Whoever wants to check the links out to the articles of these headlines, you're more than welcome. Let's go to the other one. A couple of years ago, there was a drug called xylazine, Xylazine. It was introduced to Philadelphia. Now, years later, it has declined after a statewide crackdown, which is good. We need to get them heavy drugs off the street. There shouldn't be them type of drugs on the streets anywhere. So good that there was a state crackdown on that. Also, U.S. aircraft carriers on the move. First of all, what I found was the U.S. military. Oh no, hold on. Might be on the other side. They're on the move as the U.S. military reacts to the rising tensions in the Middle East. And the reason why is because they are officially extending the deployment of an aircraft carrier in the Middle East and sending another one to the region. A third one is heading to the Western Pacific to maintain a U.S. presence there amid the heightened focus on the Central Command area of responsibility. So yeah, we got that. And then we have P. Diddy is back in the news. Okay, well, maybe nobody wants to come to this live. That's cool. Salute everyone. If anybody's watching, salute. I'm just reading news headlines. P. Diddy is back in the headlines. And this time, Diddy achieved another major victory in court on Monday after an anonymous woman failed to meet a court-ordered deadline to reveal her real name in her civil lawsuit. So, hey, we all knew from the beginning that this was a setup to make him look bad. Now, the only real case that he has that will put him away is the Cassidy case. Other than that, all these other women, I believe, in my opinion, that they just did that to wreak havoc on his lifestyle image. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Also, the Chinese military conducted large-scale drills in the waters and airspace around Taiwan on Tuesday. That included an aircraft carrier battle group, as it again warned the self-ruled democracy against seeking formal independence. So do you think China's wrong for surrounding Taiwan as they're doing their drills? Or do you think they're in the right area? Do you think they're allowed to do that? Do you think there's nothing wrong with that? What are your thoughts? Leave them in the comment section. I would be interested to see what your thoughts are. Joe Gibbs. They call him Coach Gibbs for NASCAR. He decided to make a move to try and address issues affecting Ty Gibbs' fortunes on the track. The team decided to add Smith as the new car chief. Joe Gibbs has a feeling it will add a ton of depth to the team and help Ty Gibbs and other mechanics and engineers sort of find their way to have a great presence on and off the track. So yeah, salute everyone. I see there's one person watching. Salute. Hopefully you're having a blessed day. Hit that like button. Again, I'm just going over short headlines. I went over 2 officers were asking the nation's most conservative appeals court to grant them immunity. And the reason why is because back when C-19 was here, they used excessive force against a man that was sitting cross-legged on the ground near a Texas cemetery. And allegedly they fired pepper bullets while he sat there. Now, I can't see the chat, so my bad. I'm on my phone. I'm not on my computer. So my bad for that. So whoever's saying hello, hello. Hopefully you're having a good day. And then also I went over U.S. aircraft carriers are on the move. More firepower. It's going to the Middle East. It has intensified its campaign against the Houthis in recent weeks. Also, China allegedly is surrounding Taiwan with their military drills that they're having going on. Also, P. Diddy was back in the headlines. This time it was for a good reason. He achieved another major victory in court on Monday after an anonymous woman failed to meet a court-ordered deadline to reveal her real name in her civil lawsuit. So what are your thoughts on that? My thoughts are these women that did come out and make accusations against him, I don't think nothing happened to them women. I think they just came out to ruin his fame, just like every other celebrity and football player that were in the headlines. Well, they did it to him to make his fame look bad, to try and kill his fame. The only real case he has is that Cassidy case. Other than that, I think he's going to get off all the other ones. That, in my opinion. I could be wrong. I don't know. Um, yeah. Whoever missed the beginning of this live, rewind it, go back and look at it. Until next time, peace out.